Yeah, this is definitely one of the absolute classics in the game. For years, this has been one of the most important spots from level 20 onwards to earn skill points, gain experience points, and especially to make silver. Milan messaged me and said, Alden, I watched one of your really old videos and it still works great. And I was a bit surprised by that because Volkhov had been kind of slow in recent months. Back in the day, it worked brilliantly, fishing for these little whitefish, blue bream, white-eye bream, and bleak. In German, they all start with a Z, so we call them Zayfish, but in English they're probably completely different, so they're not really Z-fish anymore. But the so-called Z-fish still work really well. I just started fishing at night, been at the spot for 6 minutes now, super frequency. Of course, right now it's mostly small bream because it's nighttime, but as soon as the morning hours began, bam, the first trophy hit right away. That's already a bit wild, and it's all with just one bait, and that's what makes it so much fun. It's really, really nice. Now, let's just see how it works out here and how it performs. And the best thing, no ground bait mix at all. Just toss the bait into the water and off you go. That's super convenient. All these bream, these small bream coming in, I'll process them all later into fish pieces. So it's worth it to fish through the whole night for these small bream. And ideally, you can use the fish pieces to skill up or level up your bait crafting if that's something you still need to do. Yeah, just cast out, and it starts again right away. That's exactly how you know this classic old spot. It's a spot that's been super essential for years at Volkhov. For bream, including big bream, and of course for bleak white-eye bream and blue bream. It's always worth coming back here from time to time. Even the white bream might bite here. So far, it's looking really, really good, and I'm curious to see how this will work out financially as well. Let's cast out again, because honestly, the bait cost is minimal. Just bark beetle larvae and nothing else. A relatively light setup. I'm using light picker rods here. But that's the beauty of this spot. You can even fish here with the starter feeder setup. So a very simple rig, a basic loop rig, simple bottom rig, and you're good to go, full throttle for white-eye bream, and just see what else bites. And the nice thing is, these fish bring in really good silver. Even relative to their weight, they're absolutely worth it. Let's keep going. It's non-stop here. One fish after the other. That's a blast. It's really worth it. This kind of high-frequency fishing for quantity, is always nice in between because you can just pull one after the other out and it keeps buzzing and buzzing. That's exactly how it should be. So now let's take a look at one of the setups, see what it looks like and why it's working so well here. Then maybe we'll put together a simple setup ourselves. Right now, I'm using higher-end gear again, so maybe not doable for everyone. But as I just said, you can fish here just fine with the starter feeder setup. You might just need to adjust the leader a bit, and then you're good to go. Let's reel this one in real quick. Yeah, also a lot of bream. Really, a lot of bream. And again, all of this without ground bait. Normally bream show up when you throw in a ton of ground bait, to the point where other fish might disappear, and only bream are left. But here, it's not even that little, and still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fish I can process into fish pieces. You can do that from 500 grams and up. So that's actually not too bad. That way you can use them to skill up or get more bait out of it. So this is what the full setup looks like now. What matters most isn't what's up here, like whether it's a 13 kilo setup or has a 16 kilograms drag. That's all nonsense. That's not relevant for this spot. What matters is what's down here. Of course, a matching sinker color is always helpful, but even that isn't super important. The most important thing is that we have a thin leader material, preferably fluorocarbon. So if you haven't unlocked custom leader crafting yet, you can still buy fluorocarbon leaders. If you go with one of those, like there are these fine F carbon or pure F carbon pre-made ones, and I'd say this one here, 3.2 kilometers, that's probably a good choice. Fine F carbon 3.2, I'll just equip that now and use it. Make sure to reduce the drag a bit too, and then just cast out around 20 meters. I've set 20 meters as my line clip. Between 20 and 25 meters is good here. You can definitely use that. Maybe start at 20, and if you feel like the bites are slowing down, cast out to 25 instead. See if that gets things going again. Look, the next one already. Nice, 200 grams and straight back out. I'm using size 12 hooks here. Let's check that again real quick. Size 12 is generally a good size if you're targeting bleak. If that's your target fish, you could even go up to a size 6 hook. That's the largest of the 3 fish here. The one we've got now, white-eye bream, that's the smallest species, and the medium-sized one is the blue bream. So among the 3 target fish here, blue bream is the mid-sized one. Even so, a size 12 hook works well. White-eye bream, the one we're after right now, could also be caught with a slightly smaller setup, maybe a size 16 hook. That's definitely an option. But I haven't had any drop-offs yet, no missed bites, so it's working well so far. And the sizes have been just right. So I'm really happy with the size 12 hook. Still, you could try going a bit smaller. And now the next one's already on the setup we just put together with 3 kilograms fluorocarbon. That's great. Fluorocarbon works perfectly here too. Now we'll check if the fish is already on. Yeah, I think so. And now we've got less line strength. The other rods have about 6 kilograms line because I'm using a carp leader material on those. But even 3 kilograms is enough here. These fish aren't super heavy. Even a 700-gram fish is no problem with a 3 kilogram setup. That's how I used to fish here back in that level range. Worked great then, still works now, and thank goodness it's working again. That's really, really nice. There are some ground bait recipes out there for these fish, but I've never really been a fan. Every time I used ground bait, I attracted way more other fish instead of the actual target fish. And especially here, where there are already a lot of bream and roach, if you use ground bait for these fish, it could increase the bream and roach population even more, and you end up catching mostly the wrong ones. And nobody wants that, because they don't bring in as much silver. If I check right now, with the fish pieces I've got, we already have a nice selection. Of course, I won't chop up the white-eye bream, but all these small bream give us more fish pieces, which is great. It's worth it. Especially if you want to use them for eel fishing or burbot fishing, for example. Totally worth it. And if you have premium and you get your happy hour once a day, this is a great thing to do last when you think, I'll play a little longer today, do some more fishing. Just stand here for an hour at the end of the day, leave the fish in the keep net, and then when you log in the next day, you start with happy hour and process all the fish from the previous day. Don't sell them. Everything that's 500 grams and up and can be turned into fish pieces, keep it in the keep net. Then on the next day, during happy hour, you process them and gain skill points even faster. Yeah, all rods are still going strong. Still really, really high frequency. You can absolutely do this, even if you're at a higher level. Just go back to mass fishing a bit. See if you're still missing one of these fish. Bleak, white-eye bream, or blue bream. Or maybe you just want to farm fish pieces. That's totally valid too. It works really well here. And bam, here's the next one. Even a bit heavier this time, on the light setup. And like I said, with the basic feeder starter set, you can absolutely fish here and go all in. The frequency, you see it's fantastic. One fish after another, you can't even keep up. Perfect. Head to the spot. Test it, test it, test it. Thanks again for the reminder that these spots still exist, and you can really pull in a lot here. One more thing comes to mind. There are, of course, various baits. Before we head out, let's check the important bait info. Besides bark beetle larvae, if you think, too many bream here, you can try other baits too. Caddisfly larvae, maggots, bloodworm larvae, and case caddis. These are the most important ones. Yes, these are the most important ones. Like I said, I'm using bark beetle larvae, but these are all solid baits for these fish, and one of them will definitely work and give you great results here. And yeah, at some point, a trophy will hit too. Tight lines.